I usually wear my sunglasses. Does it bother you?
Oh, no.
Okay. Just because...
Has anybody ever said that bothers you? They were like, nah, man.
Yeah, actually, I wish you wouldn't do it.
Really?
No one said that. I'm going to take them off, too. I'm hearing too much of the room. No one's ever said that to me. And I know it looks silly.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess I think I have a little bit of a light sensitivity. Oh, yeah. And I can handle it, but I don't want to.
Yeah, no.
I'm just like, nah, I'm fine.
Yeah. I have little dachshunds that like to dig.
Yeah.
And I took these 6-inch lawn staples and I hammered them into my chain link fence every inch because I did not want them to get out.
Mm-hmm. Did they get out?
No.
They didn't?
Way, no. But I mean, they're dachshunds. They would have been able to dug under had I not have done that. But it probably was unnecessary. But I just didn't want to have to deal with it,
Yeah. I have a dog. I used to have 2. One of them went to heaven.
That sucks.
Yeah. But the other one that's still alive, she used to dig a lot, and I had built a fence, and she kept getting out. And I was like, how is she getting out? So all the holes she had dug, I put rock, and then I put rock and dirt on top of the soil. Yeah. So I was like, you're really gonna have to try and get out now.
Yeah, a lot of effort.
And then the next day, she was out again, and I was like, and then I put her back in, and I was trying to figure out how she did it, and then she got out again, and I caught her. We lived in a rural subdivision, so it wasn't dangerous really, but I caught her, put her back in there, and I was like, you fucking tell me how you got out of here. And she walked over to the fence, and she climbed the fence because it was they were horizontal with the ground.
Yeah,
that's what horizontal means.
Yeah. Is it this way with
that's
vertical is the one that's straight up and down?
They're horizontal, kind of like a horse fence.
Ah, okay.
And I actually painted them black. They kind of did look like horse fences, but there were more slats and there was less space between them. And she just climbed them and jumped out. But she had hurt her leg. Anyway, dogs are crazy.
Yeah.
So you have dachshunds?
Yes, I have a miniature dachshund, and I have a Chiweenie. And a Chiweenie is a mix between a dachshund and a Chihuahua. And she's got these huge ears like Baby Yoda from that the Mandalorian or whatever. But they're adorable.
That's cute. Is there such thing as a large dachshund?
That's a good question. Or is maybe a Dachshund Great Dane mix or something?
But that would be a mixture with another dog, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It doesn't.
Theoretically, they could do that. I mean, I guess they could breed huge dachshunds. I don't know what mad scientist would want to do that, though.
Yeah, I don't either. Welcome to the podcast. Teddy. Is it Teddy or Ted?
Ted.
You go by Ted?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Welcome to the podcast, John Bass Podcast. I think this is episode 41. So we're in the 40s. It's only taken me 2 years to get in past 40. So next one will be, I'm 42. It'll be 42. But yeah, I haven't been doing them as much in the recent. But I'm getting back at it. I'm trying to be more consistent with it because I really like doing it. And I noticed you put the podcast on one of your TikToks at the end. Mm-hmm. That was so. I was like, where did I get these 15 new subscribers out of nowhere? I didn't even. I hadn't looked today, but that was awesome. Thank you. That
Absolutely, yeah. And I've never done a podcast before, so I figured I'd tell people.
Well, thank you.
So yeah, my pleasure.
Yeah, man. I'm glad you're here. Actually, Megan, my girlfriend, so I think we met a year ago, today or tomorrow.
I have a terrible memory.
No,
so it's
she and I met a year ago, this week. Yeah, no. But
I was like, maybe we did. You might be correct on that.
But when we first met, we were looking at TikToks together, and she scrolled through, and you came up on her TikTok. You're our cousins, and then I was like, yo, that is incredible. And I was like, at that point, I was like, I really want him to be on my podcast. This was a year ago.
Yeah.
But I just sort of fell off with it and hadn't been doing it consistently. But I thought about it the other day and I don't know. The dog. So I got hair in my mouth. It's
You're
probably
good.
my dog's hair. I'm trying to get Seven Brew to sponsor my podcast.
My wife loves Seven Brew.
It's so good. Seven Brew.
And they, well, the little energy cans they have are pretty good. I don't really get anything from coffee shops, but they have the little energy cans that taste almost exactly like Red Bull, like the old school Red Bull. And they have about as much caffeine in them, too. Actually, I think it's a little bit more caffeine.
Nice.
But they're pretty good.
Way to go, Seven Brew. Caffeine it up. Please sponsor me in some way. Just give me one coffee a week, and then I'll do whatever you want. Also, I want coffee for Ted.
Sounds good. Or one of those energy drinks. Either one will do the trick.
Yeah. Energy drink, coffee. Also, J-Wall at We're at Studio J-Wall again. He also drinks Seven Brew every day. He lives right by the one in Louisville.
Yep. No money's necessary. We're just going to transfer it directly into coffee or energy drinks.
Yeah,
It's usually what I do.
Yeah. I'm just gonna buy that anyway. So you make that decision for us. It's so stupid, but no, but yeah, I'm glad you're on. And so it's a little. I've never heard of or even known about the concept of like what made you.
So, well,
But you tell me like what exactly, because I've only seen probably a handful
of what I do.
of what you do. Yeah.
I studied martial arts when I was younger.
Okay.
And I continued studying it as I became an adult. And my bones got really hard. So what I did was I filled a sock filled with beans, and I punched the sock every day. Then I replaced it with rocks.
What
Then
kind
I
of
punched
beans?
Just dry beans.
Not like green beans.
No, dry, hard beans. And then after I did it with the rocks, I did that for about 2 years. And then I did it with iron pellets. And I've been doing that for about 10 years.
So you've been punching. Wait, so you punched the rocks, and didn't they like turn into gravel? Or is that's
I
a
had
different
different
thing?
series where so I like to break concrete with my fists and my hand, and I just had this rubble left over from all of this that I did, and I tried to throw it away, and I got a voicemail from my trash company. So we can't accept your construction debris. They were very firm about it. Like, I felt like our trash service was going to get canceled, and I was like, what can I do with all this? And I was just thinking, I was like, man, it would be cool if I just try to punch it all into gravel or do, like, I had to think of something, because my grandma, she needed gravel for her driveway. So initially, I was just banging this shit into gravel with a hammer. For her to put into a bucket to give to, because I didn't know how the hell else to get rid of it.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I wonder if I could do this with my hands. And turns out I can. And people loved it. And it's...
Was it like blocks you were punching?
Oh, it was, here, I think I got a...
Extender. Yeah, and do you mind if I like, if there's some of your clips and stuff, do you mind if I put it on the screen? Okay.
Absolutely. Do you, are you going to go off of my phone, or...
Yeah, let me...
Striking a bucket of rocks until it turns into gravel. I chew a piece of concrete in this video.
But
you don't want to see
here is where it gets started.
Okay.
They're basically almost full bricks.
I chew a piece of concrete in this
And
video.
I haven't completed this season yet. Let's go to the season 2 recap. You'll see it from beginning to end. I've done this twice already.
Of concrete rubble until it turns into gravel. Season to finale.
And that's the whole
We did it.
process.
It's all gravel now.
And it took me hours.
God, but like the... Damn, man.
And that's possible. That can be done with enough training. And I wanted to do this too because everybody, you can't do that. You can't do that. People say you can't do things. And the fact of the matter is you can do anything you set your mind to.
Fuck yeah, dude.
If I did this,
I'm
then
so
there's no
pumped up right
excuses
now.
for you or anybody else in the world.
Do you fucking hear that?
And that's exactly what all this was about.
So wait, okay. I do have some questions though.
Sure.
Okay, when you break a big block and then it gets to the small... Okay, how big from start to... I mean, it was in fast
sure.
forward. Were they like cinder blocks? But when they get so small, how do you...
This way. You can use the other rocks. Strike it and it'll break the rock at the bottom.
Oh.
But I just used my hands. Yeah.
You're smart. Okay, so you still... Okay, so you took a bigger rock, and for the smaller rocks that you wanted to get even
for
smaller...
the final rock that got small enough, I had to actually just hit it over and over and over. It split into two, and that was the end.
The very last one.
The very last
the one
rock.
you'd been using to as a what would that be called?
I guess
for
cudgel.
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 I've never heard
of
of
a cudgel or
Sounds
a
like
mace, maybe
a mace. Oh yeah, a big heavy.
a blunt instrument.
Yeah. Well, would you be, and you also, what made you decide that you had to use only your, why couldn't you use a tool?
Or a
'cause-
hammer?
Yeah.
Because it was one of those things where I wanted to do it with my bare hands alone. Just my bare hands. Because obviously I could do it with a sledgehammer. Anybody could do that.
Can you show me your,
the knuckle cracking thing?
what's that? Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Can you do it anytime? That was such a good fucking snap, dude.
Not really. And I don't know how I'm doing this. I was able to do this since I was a little child.
Uh-huh.
And my dad would always tell me, your hands are gonna be messed up if you do that, and I've just continued to do it, and my hands were never messed up.
Do you think I can? Well, okay.
Possibly.
What do you just go like that and then just? Is it about speed or just?
This might be genetic. But so when I compress them tight, it's actually air escaping from the joints.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, I've had this ever since I remember, even before martial arts, I'm pretty sure.
I'm gonna lift my chair up.
No, you're good. But the initial idea came from breaking the rocks, but also before then, I was breaking concrete with my bare hands. Like, I loved breaking bricks and stuff, and you could see, I'll show you a video.
All right, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it in the mic.
Sure.
Okay, real. I didn't.
That was something. I heard
I think
something.
that was just my hand.
Maybe see, I can't describe how. There you go.
But I have to squeeze it. Fuck.
Maybe try to make your hands very stiff like this, and then pull it down.
Oh, it just hurts.
That was something. I heard something.
Oh, I think it's just arthritis. I have I have crazy double jointed fingers, and they as I'm getting older, they've started to hurt.
Yeah.
I have to I mean, it's probably from typing and playing guitar and scratching my nuts. I don't know, but sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh no, you're good. But yeah, I started because I like to break concrete with my bare hands, and I didn't start out breaking concrete. I started out breaking wooden boards, obviously, practice
Just
boards.
punching them?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Fuck, dude.
And I can do it with my head, my shin, and it's just really fun.
Did you stick your hand in the fire?
Well, no, it's right
fire.
behind the fire.
Ah, okay. I'm stupid.
But yeah, it's I like doing this stuff. I've always
Is that a watermelon? Damn.
And I've always really enjoyed this stuff, but I don't tell people that I do martial arts, at least up until now. Because anytime I tell people I'm into martial arts in a new social circle, when I was younger especially, people would be like, oh, well, you're a tough guy. And it's like, nah, man, I'm the opposite of a tough guy. Have you seen Shawshank Redemption?
Yeah, actually, I've never seen it all the way through. But I know the story.
I cry at the end of Shawshank Redemption every single time, dude. It's like a 100% chance at the end. You should watch it all the way through. It's
Yeah,
really good,
I
by the
know.
way.
I can't believe that I haven't watched it. It's insane.
It's a good movie.
Fucking. What about that though? You're saying that it's like.
Well, anytime. Well, what about what?
Shawshank. I'm high.
Every time I introduce that part of myself to a social group, and a lot of martial artists face this too. People are, oh, you're a tough guy, and people will test and check you and shit, and that's not what it's about at all. It's
try
a
to
hobby.
fight you.
Yeah, it's like a hobby, man. Like if I were into baseball or something, people wouldn't be like that. So
yeah, I'm into. Why is it that they want? I guess because martial arts. Most of what people think is fighting.
Yeah.
It's Karate Kid.
Yeah. And there's this huge thing within the community to there's a reason to bully other martial artists in a martial arts community because, say, guy A takes Taekwondo or something, guy B takes boxing. Well, guy B can bully guy A, and his logic is, well, he's teaching students things that won't work, that'll get them hurt.
Yeah.
And there's definitely a lot of that, too. There's a lot of people who do no-touch knockouts that need to be called out, but
No touch knockout.
Yes, so it's a very interesting thing in martial arts.
Oh, where they don't hit them, but they knock them over.
Yeah, but it's fake, completely fake.
Yes.
It only works on the master that teaches it and his students. But they're out there and they do things like that, and and people pay for it.
There's a really funny Instagram account. I'm sure there's TikTok. It's McDojo.
I know McDojo. Yeah.
Yeah, and it just spotlights that, like, it's, I don't know, pretty funny. But I mean, a lot of the, I feel like people who are taking money from like hardworking parents that want their kids to do,
Yeah.
or I don't know, it's kind of, I think he's doing some kind of justice. I don't know.
Who, McDojo?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, McDojo life is awesome.
Shout out McDojo life.
He posts a lot of videos about a lot of bad breaking videos where people will put like cinder blocks on their head and then they'll hit them with sledgehammers. There's a limit. There's a limit to what you can do. Like, I probably will never try to break more than one brick with my head, because when I'm breaking something, I'm calculating that's like, I might fail this. So if I hit it this hard and I fail, well, I have brain damage.
Yeah.
And so I'll hit it right below that point to make sure I do not get brain damage. But could I break more? Possibly. Will it give me brain damage? Just as possibly, But these people, he posts videos of these people, that he finds that have like bricks on top of their head and they're just breaking them with sledgehammers. That just looks so dangerous.
Yeah, it looks looks insane. Okay, so if you hit, I think I need to check. Okay, I'm gonna stop that. I'm gonna restart the camera, but we can keep talking. If you hit the like, even if you break it, how do you? Doesn't that still cause some kind of like brain damage? Even if you break through it, would that not still have some kind of effect?
Yes. So typically when you break something, what happens is you use an impact tool like the fist or the hand or something.
Yeah.
And then you impress upon the object, and the object stores the energy and either breaks and releases the energy out the other side, or it stores it temporarily and immediately returns it back to the striking tool.
Oh, because...
So you get 100% of that force back. But when you're breaking, and I failed to break, when was it? A couple days ago, because the brick was wet and I tried to punch it. That was a terrible experience. But failing a break, I would say breaking the brick is 1/20th as painful as failing the break.
Oh,
because most of the energy gets released out the other side.
Because every action has an equal and opposite reaction.
Yep. And if you don't break it, that's when it hurts. That's when all of the energy, it doesn't go outside the brick, but it comes right back to your hand.
That's insane. Where does brick breaking and that, is that karate based?
Yes,
karate
and taekwondo teach that.
Karate. Taekwondo. Oh, sorry. I speak Japanese, so I was trying to be accurate. Karate.
You speak Japanese, really?
Yeah.
Are you fluent?
Hi.
That's pretty cool.
Arigatou gozaimasu. Hi, arigatou gozaimashita. Ted-san, arigatou gozaimashita.
Hello, maybe? Was that hello?
I said, Mr. Ted, thank you so much.
Oh, well, you're welcome.
Is there, do you want me to say something in Japanese?
I don't know.
Okay, I'll just, Ted-san, I don't know, imashita. I just said, Ted said, I don't know. No, I've forgotten a lot. I used to like
Did you
work.
used to live in Japan?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
My kids are half Japanese, and I lived there for like 6 years. And I used to work in like a Japanese business environment. Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
But
it must be. I was about to say they have so many rituals and stuff. And the business world has so many rituals. Dude, I hate the corporate world.
I
worked for Humana one time. I don't care if you say them or whatever. Fuck them.
Mm-hmm.
But like, it just, I didn't do anything related to people.
Mm-hmm.
I did shit with like the electronics, but I was like, dude, every time you're hitting that key, it's contributing to the child not getting the heart transplant, and like the 70-year-old man getting it because he's richer.
Yeah.
So I left there eventually.
Yeah, I didn't like the corporate aspect of it either. But sorry, I didn't mean to. So brick breaking is it based in karate?
Yes, based in karate. Originally, they would break cedar boards because Japanese would have cedar armor. And in Okinawa, they'd have cedar armor. And also, they say breaking a cedar board requires about 400 pounds of force, which is about what it takes to break a human rib. Americans, we use, contemporarily, we use pine boards now, and they require about 250 pounds of force to break.
Okay, so cedar, is that because it's more moisture in there?
I'm not sure. I would love to get a cedar board and break it. In fact,
We should have got one.
Yeah, well, I'm looking for them. I bought an oak board one time, and I broke it, and I was like, man, that was way too easy. And it turns out, like, I looked at it, I was like, oh, it's just oak glued together, and it's not the same thing at all.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, that was I was like, I felt real strong after that, but I was like, wait a minute, that's way too easy.
Do you lift weights too, or just do
Not
training?
really.
No.
Push-ups every now and then.
s-
But the breaking in and of itself is a muscle workout, because if you take rebreakable boards, I have these boards that sort of have a foam pad on them. You may see them in various dojos where you could slide them together, and usually people show off like the weak ones that children break, and I've got like the hardest ones, and I've got like 8 of them, and I stack them together. And if you break, and it's just enough to break it, do that once or twice. Well, even with your palm, actually, probably safer. After that, like, it feels like you've worked your entire arm out.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
Because you're pushing all that pressure down.
Is there a preferred, I'm sure you have a...
Yes. The preferred technique to break as many as you can safely would be a palm strike. Just like that. If you want to learn how to
But
break...
you follow through, right?
Yes. Yes, and the important part too, if you want to learn how to break anything, break a brick, for instance, put it on 2 cinder blocks, break it with a stomp. Because after you've broken the brick with a stomp, you'll say in your head, this is exactly how strong it is to break this brick. I thought it was going to be a lot harder. You'll almost certainly say that. And then you'll know, because a lot of people fail at breaking the brick because they've never broken it before. So they'll hit it and stop.
They don't know how to...
Yeah. And once you've stomped on it, you felt the amount of force it takes to break that, you can go through it and be like, oh, well, this is the amount of force, I just got to commit. So...
Huh. That's... Okay. See, and you follow through. I feel like you follow through. And then, that's the preferred method. Is that how you do it, or do you do...
I do lots of different methods. Like, that is the safest method. I like to break them with my knuckles because it is
cooler.
Yeah, it's cooler.
It's
yes,
fucking
it is.
cooler.
It's much cooler. It's substantially more dangerous. It requires a lot. I wouldn't say training, because you can learn the technique while you're breaking a board. It's the conditioning. You gotta hit the hard objects and then you stop before your hand hurts. Take a calcium tablet, and it's just like muscle growth. You know, you're not making your hands bone stronger when you're hitting. You're actually hurting them a little bit. You're making them stronger when you recover.
Oh, okay. And is that because you're sort of doing all these like minute little fractures,
Micro fractures,
and then it hardens over.
Wolf's Law, cool. Yeah, just like muscles, Wolf's Law will, if you put stress on the bone, it will heal the stress and also just build a thin layer on top of it. So, you know, he may do it again. Let's give him a thin layer on top of it, and he'll do it over and over and over. All of this is based in science. Now, I know a lot of martial artists out there. I'm not going to name any names at all, but there are people who believe, like, doing iron palm training, for instance, like hitting a rock with their palms, if not done the correct way, will cause kidney or liver damage somehow. And those are from older philosophies that aren't based in science anymore. I think that's why I excel in breaking, because all of my breaking is based in science. And I've read studies. For instance, there's a study from MIT where they got a 5th degree black belt, an astronaut, Charles Armstrong. They had him break bricks, and they determined it was like 675 pounds of force.
To break a brick?
Yep. And with your palm, thinking about it, you could do that pretty easily. You could do it with a stomp. But I could talk about this all day. I love
dude, it's fucking
breaking
cool.
in martial arts.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, the videos that we looked at I'll find them and put them up on the screen so they can see
Okay.
them and share them. But that's pretty fucking cool. So and then another thing you do to harden your hands is spraying.
Dog medicine.
Okay, why? What about? How did you find that out? Like, why? How did you figure?
So,
Dog medicine.
So I was on the internet because my bones are hard, but my skin is not that hard. And I was just looking, and I found a forum, and people were like, yeah, we spray this stuff called Tough Foot on our hands. And they were mixed martial artists, and they were like, does it actually work? And some of them were like, yeah, I've been using it. And it was an old forum. It looked like it was like 15 years old or something.
What the fuck?
And I was like, all right, I'll find this stuff, and then I'll research all of the ingredients. None of them turned out to be harmful. Isopropyl alcohol is just like a disinfectant. Balsam Peru is made from tree sap, and so is this other ingredient. And they were both used as like medical ingredients.
So, all right. So, Tough Foot manufactured by the Bonaseptic Company since 1935. Tough Foot's antiseptic properties toughen the skin to protect against bruises and blisters and aid in killing germs and fungi. Okay, so this is just like you spray it on your dog's feet to sort of clean
Toughen
it.
the pads up.
Toughen. Okay. Shake well before using. Apply with a cotton ball sponge or spray. Use twice a day for once a week for the next week, and then as needed to maintenance. See the Tough Foot website for more information on application. Shout out Tough Foot, made in the USA, Marietta, Georgia. That's
Well,
fucking.
it's not going to help them very much because I needed to get more of this stuff in September, right?
Uh-huh.
And I went to their website and it said, we're going to be out until April. I was like, oh, so I found another guy that I bought it from. And I went back to their website in May of next year and they said, we'll have more in April. And I'm like, they didn't even update their website.
Oh God.
So I don't know. I found like a kennel supply or something. I ordered like 5 bottles.
Oh, is that enough? How
That's
much do you
enough.
do like a day or do?
You want me to apply some right now? This is a crazy sound, by the way.
Can I do it?
Yes. Yes.
Will it hurt?
No, it does not hurt. Okay.
And then just rub it.
yeah.
You want?
rub it in
Can
your
we do it
hand.
at the same time? I'm just gonna.
Yes, we can.
Can I get some air?
Sure.
Yes. Fuck yes.
Wait a minute.
My dog.
All right.
God, it stinks. The smell is terrible, Ted.
You get used to the smell. You welcome the smell after a
Ooh,
while.
actually, it kind of opened me up there. And then that makes your hands harder.
Yes. However, I think the Iron Fist training in some respects makes them a lot harder because I put a piece of sandpaper on my boxing bag and I've been punching that, but I stopped really before I injure myself, and that's been helping a lot more. This helps a little bit, but working your hands helps a lot more for sure.
When you mean working, you mean punching
Yeah,
stuff.
I punch a boxing bag with a piece of sandpaper on it about 1,000 times a day or so. I have a little tally clacker that, punch it 100 times, and then I'll click it, punch it 100 times, and then I'll click it. It only takes about 5 minutes a day to do that.
That's a good workout.
It's not a bad workout, yeah.
Yeah, I bet. I should do that.
But I don't punch it that hard. It's just light pressure, And sometimes I'll get a little harder, depending on, as you can see here, my knuckle. Like, I'm completely lost the wrinkles and stuff almost on there. And I can't feel this at all, really.
Oh, you can't?
I can feel it when I do that, I guess.
Damn. Have you ever just punched the fuck out of somebody?
No. Oh, yes.
It would hurt if you punched somebody.
A long time ago, where I was in a fight where I had to defend myself, and so yes, I've had to do that as a means of defense. Mm-hmm. But as far as hitting anybody else, no, I don't like. It's one of those things where even though I can hit hard, I'm not invincible. Fighting's scary.
Yeah, it's scary.
And and I was bullied growing up, and I think being good at fighting and shitting on people who are weaker, it makes you the bully.
Yeah.
Like, I was very cognizant of the fact that I was bullied and this shit is wrong. Some bullies will get bullied and they'll be like, this is the acceptable way to handle people. And they will just continue the cycle.
Yeah. Oh, just keep it. Yeah.
And, I've never had to. People have sucker punched. I've been sucker punched like over 10 times. And
Because, like, Do you think that's because people know you do martial arts?
I was probably being an asshole or something.
10 times?
I might have deserved it.
Fuck, Teddy. No, I'm joking. That's funny.
But, you know, and if they do that and it doesn't affect you, you know, I can hit them back. I could. But, I mean, typically if they hit you and they didn't do anything to them after they sucker punch you, it's sort of a terrifying feeling for them. So just don't do anything. Fuck it. I mean, I don't want to put myself in a position where I'd hurt someone. And I was thinking about boxing or doing MMA, but it's like, I like destroying non-animate objects. That's fun.
Rocks and shit.
Yeah.
Or
Just whatever is fucking around. I'm just like, dude, I want to kick that fridge outside. Like, totally, like the first thing I was like,
on the
I should
street?
get the shit out of this fridge.
We should punch it on the way out. Go over there and get some footage of us just punching the fuck out of that fridge. Damn. Wait, but fridge they have all that insulation. That would hurt. You think it would
You
hurt?
could probably punch the outside. As long as you're not, if you punch and don't expect to break. That's the thing. Like, for instance, if I was breaking a brick, I'd put all my energy to it. But if I'm going to punch the table, I'm going to bounce my fist off of it because I know this isn't going to break. So the more force my hand goes into it, the more it gets returned and would mess my hand up. You could probably dent the outside of a fridge, but unless you're like a superhero or something, you probably can't just like punch right through it or something, you know?
Yeah, I never, like, I don't think I really know how to, like, punch properly.
Well,
like, I've never really done any training. I went to Taekwondo one time.
Yeah.
And my kid took karate for half a year. So that's...
Well, you know, I would recommend... I'm an awful teacher. Just, if you have your hands up like this, keep them up by your head here, so just in case somebody throws a hook. And be prepared to close them like this, just in case they throw punches like that.
Yes.
And you just extend your left hand forward, the side to it, and punch. And keep your wrist straight. Let me see your wrist. That's a bar. Pretend that that's a solid bar right there. That's the most important thing.
Just have a fucking boner.
Give yourself a wrist boner.
So keep them... So I didn't... Oh, I had them curved in.
Yeah, you got to keep them solid. For instance, you got to... Like that. Like a bar. Pretend like it's just a bar connecting your elbow all the way up. You know. And follow through.
Yeah, I always start thinking about, like... I'll start thinking about my hips. Because they're like, oh, it's... it's in the hips. And then I'll start thinking about my hips. And then I'll forget what...
The initial movement was?
Yeah, like, what I think I just haven't, like,
the hips are
trained.
important for just about every other punch. Like a jab, I don't really worry about my hips that much because I'm just trying to test them out, open them up. But if you do, you pivot your leg when you throw. Like, for instance, let's take a...
do it right here in front of the camera.
like a left hook. You would pivot the inside leg, throw the hook like that. Like I usually say squashing the bug. Squash the bug. Squash the bug.
Squash the bug.
And with your right here, you do a cross by squashing the bug this way as well. And a right hook by squashing the bug. I didn't mean to do that, by the way. I didn't mean to...
That would be cool. That's going to be the, maybe the thumbnail shot is... I'm just joking. So you just... I was going to stand up, but the more I'm getting really excited, so... And I'm crippled, so I'm like, I have to... I was like, yeah, let's go punch that refrigerator. And then I'm like, wait, if I fuck my hand up next, I'm going to be so screwed. I can't, because I've been walking with, my arms or the wheel. So I don't know, but
build muscle in your arms.
Yeah, I've been working out. I just don't know how to, and when I consistently work out, I can be strong, but I don't know how to like.
That caution is a good thing when it comes to punching hard objects. It has to be done. You can't. It's hard for me to explain this. You'd have to condition your hands to be able to withstand that force, because you probably get the technique right away. Just keep your wrist straight. Now, if you softly punch this table and your wrist bends, you'll know that's probably not the way to do it. But the thing is, you need the conditioning. Anybody can break the brick. The trick is breaking it and not injuring yourself.
Yeah.
And because if you think about it, if somebody was like, if you break this brick for $10 million, could you do it? With your hands? Palm, you think? You have to break it with your bare hand, hitting it as hard as you can, some way with physics and mechanics, and you get $10 million.
Does it have to be my hand?
Yes, palm strike.
Fuck. And I only get one chance? I'm calling you, Teddy.
I'd be happy to do it for you.
I'm calling you.
But you do it pretty easily. I think the average adult is capable of breaking with at least a stomp, but the average adult can break with a palm because there's not a whole lot of hard material here for you to break.
Oh, yeah.
There's a fatty layer here, and you may scrape your hand, but, you know, there's a huge layer where you can break at least one or two of them, and it'll go right through it. And it feels good. It feels good to break it because you feel powerful. But also, you know, you're the guy that can break concrete for whatever that's worth. But
no, it's cool. Like, if I had that ability, I would fucking do it. I'd be like, hey, I would carry
just
rocks around. Yeah, I would carry rocks and shit around. I'm just checking the old time here. All right, I'm gonna get up and check the camera.
Okay.
Let's see. What other, like, do you come up with, like, other, I guess feats of strength would be the word, or like incredible thing?
Putting cigarettes out on my tongue was one thing I could do.
I used to love that. I smoked.
Yeah.
I like to do it with my finger and put it out. But that's kind of pussy. But the tongue is fun too. Yeah.
Yeah. And it hurts a lot less than you think it does. You know, if you build, you know, if you get a spit or something,
You just
like
gotta have a bunch
spit, yeah. And it looks really cool. I can breathe fire with cornstarch. That's another thing I can do.
You could breathe fire with cornstarch?
Yes, if you cornstarch. If I had a stick, and a sock, I'd make a torch out of it, and I could breathe fire that way. So that's kind of cool. Let's see. Oh, here's something.
I know you have the matches.
Yeah, you want to see me light a match off my foot?
Yes. Can you do it off your hands too?
Not yet, unfortunately.
I thought I saw one where you did it off your knuckle.
Nope. We've been trying to do that.
Oh,
for
you've
a
been
while. Yeah.
But you have a video where all right, hold on. I'm gonna make sure the camera's got this, okay?
Okay. Now, this is dependent on how much foot sweat I've had this day, but it looks
Okay.
like we might have a good, successful day.
All right, let me come over here. I might zoom in.
Sure.
Because I want this on camera.
This probably would also make a great thumbnail.
Can you would you mind sliding the Yeah, actually that's
Like this?
Yeah, put your foot and then let me scoot.
I could put it on the table if you
Or
want
maybe
to.
scoot back towards the wall
Sure.
just a little bit. Yeah. And then actually no, I think I'm gonna pick the camera up and just come over there. Yeah. Okay.
Alright. Let me know when you're ready.
Alright, ready. Red Ted.
Oh shit. Sometimes it works. Hold on. I'm gonna light one of them for you for sure. Maybe that's a good one.
I heard it.
We're gonna get it.
I heard it.
Alright, let's try with the other foot.
Try the other foot. How long did it take you to be able to do that?
So I was trying to light them on my knuckle.
Mm-hmm.
And like I was trying to light them on my knuckle, and I couldn't do it. And I was like, I wonder if I could just light these on my feet, because you can see my feet has way more callus on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I tried it. I did it like the first couple tries, and oh, son of a- I really hope I can get this to light.
If not, it's okay. But I believe in you.
Thank you. I think I can get one here. Drop this part. Sorry, folks.
No
Not
worries.
today.
But on your TikTok, it is available.
Yeah.
And how long did it take you to like be able to do that?
Well, after I tried to light it with my knuckles, I was like, I wonder if I should just try to light it with my feet. And my feet had a lot of callus on it, and it pretty much lit immediately, like after the first or second try, because it was so callous. And I was like, I should upload this. I bet you people will get a kick out of that shit. And my mom was there, and she thought it was hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. She's like, you're like a fucking Kentucky hillbilly or something.
Yeah, that's definitely like a something you'd see at like a fair.
Somebody said he could light a spliff like a fancy cartoon cat. The comments people come up with on the internet are great.
Yeah, oh my gosh, they are. Like it used to not. It's funny, it took almost 20 years for like that sort of, that intelligence. Or not 20, but like I don't feel like comments have always been as good as they are now. Like,
Yeah.
does that make, like I feel like it's recently that like people are going to the comments like and they're like, oh, this is.
I think that is a symptom of people liking comments. Like I think YouTube, because there was a time I remember where you could comment, but you couldn't like other people's comments. And when it became competitive, people were like, oh, well, I'm not just going to say anything. I want to say something people will like. You know what I mean?
Oh, got it. Yeah, YouTube comment, TikTok comment, they're really fun.
Yeah.
So, dude, I got addicted to TikTok. Like during COVID, everybody did. But, dude, I had to like delete it. Like I have one again now. Follow me, John Bass Comedy, TikTok. But, I just like I wouldn't do anything. I would just like look at it.
It's very easy to just remain distracted because the videos are like 7 seconds long and it's whatever you want to see. All my stuff is like martial arts and dachshunds and video games, and they know, they know exactly what you want to see.
Yeah.
And it's real hard to look away. Social media is very addictive, I feel like.
Are there any video games that are like breaking? That's a cool fucking.
That would be cool. Mortal Kombat 1. I think that's where one of the things I got the inspiration for break. Did you play Mortal Kombat when you were younger?
Yeah.
There was a thing called Test Your Might. Remember where they break the bricks?
Yeah. It'd be like if you got to a
certain level, you have to break a wood one and then a rock and then a diamond or something.
Yeah.
But breaking, as far as video games are concerned, no, I play a lot of VR. Thrill of the Fight, which is a boxing simulator, and Blade and Sorcery, which is a sword fighting simulator, and that's a great way to exercise.
Oh, really?
Yes. Like you get lost in a world, and you can, you're beating people up, and cutting them with swords and stuff, and it's great exercise.
Do you have to talk while you do it too?
No. Like you could do like multiplayer stuff, but I don't like multiplayer games. I just like to play my video game and be left the fuck alone. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Is it like Oculus or whatever?
Yes. I have an Oculus Rift. It's like an older one, but yeah, VR is awesome. And
I've done it a couple times.
It's really cool. Did it make you sick to your stomach?
No, I just did like boxing once, I think.
Yeah.
And then something I can't remember. But they have those really realistic ones where like you feel like you're falling. Do you ever do those?
I've played video games where I jump on a cliff and it makes me very uncomfortable. When I fall from a cliff, it makes me very, very uncomfortable. Like feels like you're falling.
Yeah.
And, even though you're surrounded by like graphics, like since it's consumed your whole eyesight, it's not that you believe it, but it's like you're seeing it and it's kind of scary. You know what I mean?
You've tricked yourself, I guess,
into seeing it. Yeah.
That's all. I got into Rocket League earlier this year, for like a month, and I'm very bad at video games.
I've never played Rocket League.
It's fun.
Okay.
It's like cars, and it's like soccer, but you're a car. And the ball bounces. It's like a giant ball, and it's like 2-on-2 or 3-on-3. It's a bit like Rocket League's like a big thing, but I suck so bad at it. Like as much as I would try to play it to sort of decompress, and I just would suck ass at it.
You know,
I can't get better at
It's
it.
fun to play a video game, and that's the great thing about single player games because there's real people not judging you. I feel like if I play a multiplayer game and I suck, I can't enjoy it because they'll be like, "Oh, you're not any good," or I don't know if that's what they'll say. That's what I'm thinking they're gonna say.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've definitely gotten ridiculed for sucking, and I'm like, yeah, fuck you. It's a game.
Yeah,
bitch.
it's a
Like,
game,
yeah.
dude. I just got off work or something.
It's
you know?
a game, but I do wish I didn't suck at it.
Yeah.
But
I'm also low key kind of jealous when I play Counter Strike. I'm like, it's just a game, dude. I'd be like, you're not that good anyway.
Yeah, you
Saying
suck
under my
at it.
breath.
yeah, a lot of my friends, my buddy that I was with last weekend, he's like big gamer guy, and I am just terrible. My roommate too is plays video games all the time, and I think some people just are somehow they have the coordination for
Yeah.
it. Like the only thing that I've ever been able to say I was any good at was like football games.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. I think it's just because I understand football.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, this makes sense. Once I learn.
Probably a tactics-based game, yeah, where you have to think everything through with the... See, I don't know football very well, but I would think you have to think things through with the plays and consider
Yeah.
all those numbers, you know.
Yeah. It's. I don't know. But like a shooter game, fucking fun. I do enjoy it, but I always get destroyed.
Yeah.
But the adrenaline of running through is very fun.
It is fun, yeah.
Fucking. Did you ever play GoldenEye?
Once or twice, but no, I didn't have an N64, so I had a childhood more or less without GoldenEye.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Did you have another system or something?
What did I have? I had a PS2, I think.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I had a. Fuck.
I had a PlayStation 1, 2. I got the 3 briefly, and then I switched to PC because, I don't know, PC is just, there were so many better games
It's where
on
the
PC.
real men live.
Grew up and bought a PC.
Yeah, I'm not gay anymore. That's funny, dude. What other stuff? So you just games getting stronger. Do you
Yeah.
take what kind of vitamins do you take to get stronger?
Nothing really.
Nothing?
Yeah. I've been
You said calcium.
Oh yes, when I can, I don't do this as much anymore because like when you grow bone, it stays there for a while, for a long while. But if you're in the process of Iron Fist training, you should eat 1 calcium tablet a day. Well, 1 Tums. Like just get a Tums. That's perfect.
And that's it?
Yeah, eat one of those a day as a supplement, but don't eat more than that because if you eat more than that, you'll mess your kidneys up. That's actually science based. You gotta have enough water to dilute it. But I really don't. I take Benadryl occasionally to help me sleep. I take Ozempic for weight loss.
Nice.
Yeah,
I took it a couple years ago, and it helped me lose some weight. And I tried it again last year, but I just fucking it made me feel, I don't know. It wasn't working, first of all.
Yeah.
Because the first time I took it, it worked and then it stopped. And then the second time, it just didn't. It did curb my appetite a lot, but I didn't lose any weight. And so I just was like, it's not worth it for me. But I've been working out a lot this year. Like even despite getting hurt, I've tried to lift weights and stuff because they say when you get old, I'm 42, I'll be 43 this year, but
we're about the same age.
Yeah, so I've been trying to be diligent with like taking vitamins and then lifting and but I don't know, I'm about to start physical therapy on this leg, and it fucking hurts so bad. Like
sucks.
I had x-rays, everything's healing fine, and the doctor was like, you gotta start walking on it, but everything's just so sore and tender. It's like, oh my God. But I'm supposed, you know what I mean? That's why they say that PT, they're like, it's gonna suck.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, this really, I thought everybody was kind of just joking, but
It's gonna be horrible.
yeah, the last couple days, like off the scooter, I missed the scooter. My little scooter that had a wheel. Like I was so much faster on that thing.
You can't use a scooter occasionally. They make you use.
I've got the scooter in my
Okay.
car. I didn't
Okay.
really throw it
So
away.
you're using the scooter somewhat. Okay, you can't just cold turkey off the scooter.
Yeah,
At
that's
least
like-
I would think.
Yeah, it's like the scooter. That's like getting off of benzos. You gotta You gotta fade out. You can't just stop. You know, you can't just
visit
stop.
the hospital for some advice. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't just stop drinking. But
I heard those are the two. I heard alcohol and benzos
Yeah,
are the
that'll
two that'll kill
kill
you
ya.
if you come off of it without some kind of medical guidance or what is it, teetering out or whatever they call it.
yeah, they have some
Titrating it.
medicine that they can give you to. I think I have a friend that had to go through rehab. I think and was given some kind of. I don't know what that's called. It's not to pacify it, but whatever chemicals are in that synthetic version. I don't know what I don't even know what it's
there's
called.
a bunch of different versions of them.
Marinol. No, that's for weed.
Yeah, Marinol.
Which it's dumb.
Maybe lorazepam or diazepam or
Maybe,
something.
yeah. I've heard that. It's dangerous. You can quit Ozempic cold turkey, but you can't quit the scooter cold turkey.
Yeah.
Yeah, the scooter. Well, last night I had to work at the club and they have a ramp, and so I just used a scooter because I'm slow as hell on the crutches. I can't make a spectacle.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a spectacle, but I still need to get on and get off.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, the PT. I'm looking forward to it because I do want to get back to just walking and being normal again. But
It's a painful process. Like anything that requires growth, just about there's some amount of pain involved, and even going back and shit because I mean I've fucked up my hand breaking stuff before a little bit, and my hand will be down for 2 months. Now when I say fuck up, it'll be such that if I apply this much pressure, I'll feel like a 1 or 2 pain, and that'll last for months, and I can't break for those months. And there's nothing you can do really but recover. But if you have physical therapy, that's an opportunity.
yeah.
It must hurt though. I
I
don't
mean,
know.
it's just tender,
Yeah.
So have you ever broken any bones?
No, but occasionally when I've punched before, I think the worst injury on the knuckle that I've had was a bruise, and it looked like it was broken, and it was fine. It hurt for maybe. It was a 4-level pain for a couple minutes, and then it subsided, and then it would hurt 1 or 2 if you did that. And then did that for a couple months. I am so cautious about my hands. It's wild how cautious I am about my hands.
They're you're like a glove model.
Yeah. People will say there's a character of Mice and Men apparently puts his hand in Vaseline with a glove on it because he wants to protect his hand. I don't know. I guess it's kind of.
Have you ever done that?
No, I have not done
Dude,
that.
I have. It feels great.
I put Vaseline in my hair
Really?
and spike it up like a punk rocker. You ever use that?
yeah. Well, yeah, I've done that.
Well, of course,
Or pomade.
everybody's done that.
Yeah, I don't do too much anymore, but my hands used to get super dry, and I read somewhere I just covered them in lotion and Vaseline and put on winter glove, knit gloves, and slept in them.
Yeah.
And then woke up and my hands were just so they were still hard and cracked, but way less cracked,
That happened to me one winter when they dried out differently than what they do now, but they dried out so bad, but they cracked open. Yeah, I had to do that too. I had to wear gloves to not, look weird.
We just have tough ass hands.
Yeah, I mean, you can't help it,
Can't help it when you're a fucking man.
Yeah, exactly. Being this manly everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes people don't even know what to do. So stupid. Yeah, earlier I punched to the air, and I'm pretty sure it was the gayest thing you could imagine seeing. I'm probably gonna edit it out later.
It wasn't bad, I mean,
From the side, though, I'm sure my arm was flabby. It was
everyone
probably
starts
gross.
somewhere. Everyone starts somewhere, and the people who get good at things aren't the ones who are necessarily the most naturally talented. It's the ones that can keep going despite failure. Failure is a necessary ingredient. Anything. If you can fail over and over and over again, you'll be good at something before you know it. Many people can't fail that much, though. Particularly people who would be good. You take people who would be good that are naturals, they fail too many times, they'll give up. Or I can go on rants like that forever. So.
That's okay. I mean, if you're naturally good at something and then it's always easy and you hit a block with it, Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, everybody's, even if it's something that no one knows about, like you're naturally good at like
Knitting.
driving or something. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, I don't know. My hands are dry. I play guitar, so I don't know.
That's a really difficult skill. That's a skill that I wanted to learn, but it was too much. It was too much for me to like, I guess to remember all that. But it's a very good skill. It's an awesome skill.
I just learned how to play bar chords, like punk rock music.
Is that good? That's good. Right?
No,
I mean,
well,
I can't even do that.
It's the easiest. Like bar chords are like probably the easiest chords to learn because there's only a few positions for a bar chord, and then you can a regular chord sometimes can be really difficult to move, and so I just learned bar chords, and then I think the camera went this up. I learned bar chords for a long time, and then I hit a wall.
Yeah.
And I naturally had rhythm, but I didn't necessarily have like all the chording down.
Yeah.
So I just learned how to play a bar chord. It's kind of like, I don't know, how can I say? Kind of like learning to drive on an interstate and then having to drive in the city.
Yeah.
Like it's the same, but it's like it's more complicated in a city. Driving on the interstate, you're just driving straight. But once you get in the city, you're like, oh shit, there's different roads, there's different crap. So I hit a wall probably a few years in, I don't know, 4 or 5 years into playing guitar, and I had to like learn chords and learn things that a lot of people learn up front, just so I could like keep up with what was going on in the band I was in or whatever.
Do you feel it was easier to learn though, since you've played so much? Do you think it?
Yeah, I mean, it was just repetition. Just like I'm used to playing a certain way, I just have to make this hand do more.
That's exactly, yeah.
So,
it's exactly, martial arts is exactly that. You just do it over and over. Do it over. You could even do it if you're half asleep. I would hit a punching bag sometimes when I'm half asleep and be falling asleep, and it still counts. Even if it's just a soft strike, you're still moving your hand. You know.
Why were you sleeping and punching? Were you sleepwalking?
This is an interesting story.
Okay.
I have sleep apnea.
Okay.
And for the first
Same.
Yeah, same. For the first 15 years, it was untreated. So, like, I would get up in the middle of the night and, like, eat stuff. And I was asleep, but I was still awake and conscious enough, and I could engage in what's known as automatic behavior, where you're doing something like eating,
Jacking
and you
off.
don't even have, well, not in my case, but I guess theoretically you could. But, and if you do that when you train, and if you're comfortable enough, you will start to sort of the training just sort of melts away and you're still doing it. It's really hard for me to explain because there's like an area where you're half asleep and not half asleep. I don't know.
I don't know. I have apnea too. I have a machine.
Me too now. Yeah.
I got a second machine.
Really? You had to get 2 machines?
No, well, I didn't have to. I had one that I got I think I got diagnosed in 2020. So like maybe 6 months into COVID. It was my daughter wrote me a note and she was like, "Will you please go to the doctor? Your snoring is it's terrifying." Like we're like, she was like, "We think you're dying. So
yeah,
will you just?" And I was like, "All right, I'll go check." Because I remember my dad was a terrible God. I mean, my dad would do this thing. He would snore and he would say, I'll just say this: he loved his mom. Yeah. My dad loved his mother. Shout out my granny. She's still alive. But he would say this when he snored. Sometimes he would go, and he would say "mom" a lot. Yeah. So it was probably one of the funniest things that's ever happened. We would be like, God, he loves Granny so much. But yeah, so he had sleep apnea, got a machine and was fine.
Yeah. But
he and I mean this is a lot, but I'll say it. So when he was like in hospice care, he was sedated, but he had sleep apnea. So he'd be sedated, but he would like wake up. But he was dying, so they were like sedating him with medicine. But the sleep apnea was so that it would wake him up out of it, and he would be like, he didn't know what was going on.
Because you can't breathe, and you stop breathing, and you come back.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, you snap out of it, and so through like the last week of his life, he was hooked up to his machine the whole time.
Yeah.
So then after he died, like about a year after that, I went and had an exam, and they were like, yeah, you stop breathing like 90 times an hour.
It's the same thing, yeah. A bunch of times.
A bunch. And I mean, there were times in my life when I was young, I was a fat kid. Like I weighed like almost 400 pounds in high school. I was a lot bigger than I am now. And I snored in high school. And I snored until I lost weight in college, and I got down to maybe around 200, 225. And then I didn't snore then. But over the years of working in an office and getting fat again, I started snoring more. And I know if I can lose weight, I'll probably not be as dependent on the apnea machine. But,
there's no incentive to not be dependent on it, though.
I sleep so good, dude. I love it.
Extremely dependent on it.
Me too.
I cannot go to sleep at all.
I can't either. Mm-hmm. I can't sleep. No one around me can sleep. Yeah. I'll like shake. Mm-hmm. Like sometimes I'll shake so bad it'll like wake Megan up. She'll be like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
And I'll have forgotten to put it on or something. But yeah, it's we're talking some real old man shit here. But no, the sleep apnea is it's for real, and I can't, like, I'm always paranoid because I travel a lot for comedy. So I had an old machine that I got when I first got diagnosed, and then I guess my insurance was covered a new one. Yeah. So I got a new one, but I still have the old one. And so I just keep that one at my house, and I just keep it there. And then I have the other one that I take with me.
Why not?
So I want to get a travel one. Like, hopefully, somebody please keep subscribing on my YouTube. I'm thinking about doing a Patreon so I can buy me a travel CPAP. They have one that's like battery powered. Yeah. And like you can use it on an airplane.
I think they're like the size of a Coke can or something.
They're really small, and you just charge them. It's basically just a little air compressor. Yeah. It just sucks in the air and then breathe. But then my new one is fucking quiet.
Really?
Like, it's so quiet. I'm like, is it on? And it has a weird setting where it adjusts the air pressure to what you need. It's not fixed. Like, my old one is just a constant. The doctors
put it in and they gotta adjust it.
They're like, you're this fat. This should be enough for you, fatty. And I'm like, all right. But sometimes that's a lot. But the new one, it's like it adjusts to what you need from it. So I don't know. I guess that would be better for your lungs, like to where, I don't know exactly. I don't know how it all works, but
I remember when I first started using that, my mom was like, well, just put a humidifier next to the bed to help you breathe better. And I'm like, you don't understand. It's not that I can't breathe because of the air. It's just that there's so much fat blocking my throat that there needs to be a physical jet of air knocking it down so I can breathe.
Yeah, got it. We need some.
Humidifier's not going to do it.
Yeah. Well, you said have you lost some weight?
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like the first videos I saw of you've lost a lot of weight since then.
In late January, I was 309 pounds, and I'm down to, what was it? 259. I'm down 50 pounds.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Way to go.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I've been teetering around 300 now for about a year and a half.
And you also have to consider that you're down a lot from your highest weight. My highest weight was like 335. Even at 310, I still wasn't as worse as what I've always been. And you've been higher before.
But I was young then. Like, I was 20, almost 20 when I like lost initially and got down to like 250, and then I slowly got down to like 200.
It's hard to lose weight, man.
Yeah, it is. It's hard, especially older. But I wonder have you noticed since you have lost weight, is the apnea, has it changed at all, or you'd have to get a sleep study done.
I can sleep in a reclined what is it? like a
real
lazy boy,
Uh-huh.
and sleep rather comfortably without a CPAP.
Okay.
I don't know what it is about the position, but I was not able to do that like last year, but I can do it now. So it's helped a little bit, yeah, for sure.
That's good. Yeah, I'm definitely dependent. I a couple of times, I remember my band played in Indy one time, and I forgot it.
Yeah.
And I was so like, I was scared that everybody, we were crashing at a friend's house.
Yeah.
The whole band, like just on couches and on the floor, whatever. And I was like, no one's gonna be able to sleep if I
Yeah.
sleep in here. I'm gonna wake everybody up. So I just slept in my car. I just slept in the van.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I just didn't want to ruin everybody else's
Yeah.
night. Because I mean, it's loud.
I felt when
It's
I was
violent,
like 20 years old, I went to college,
Uh-huh.
and I fell asleep in the library, and a cop came up and woke me up. He's like, "Hey man, I don't care, but you're snoring so loud that you can't sleep here."
You're gonna have to bring in your CPAP machine to college. I bet there's a lot of college kids with CPAPs now.
Probably, yeah. Well, you probably don't think about it until you get older.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I wasn't told about it until like I was older, really, that I snored a lot, that I should check it out. And like I went and they said, they're like, "Yeah, man, you have an enhanced chance of dying." Like they made it sound serious, dude. They
All
were
right,
like,
yeah.
"You are gonna die soon."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh my god."
Mine was like that. Yeah, I was. It was. Yeah, it's bad without it, but I don't know. It kind of feels cool. It's also good if the air, like, I live around animals and cat, and I have kind of a slight cat allergy.
Yeah.
But it never bothers me at night because I'm breathing through
Yeah,
that
I guess
filter.
theoretically, yeah, you're not taking any of it in.
Also, you can fart. You won't smell
Oh yeah, I
it.
totally know that. I
And-
abuse that.
Do you ever? It'd be fun to fart next to around your CPAP and see if it filters.
The fart out? I don't know.
We should do it. I'm gonna do a test. I'm gonna find
You
out.
should do a scientific experiment.
Stay tuned for more. And fart and see if it filters it. Another thing you can do is you can hide your head under the covers and still breathe. So if,
Yeah.
for all of the scaredy cats out there, I like to cover my entire face and go to sleep because I have a crazy imagination. So I'll be like,
Just like being in a rocket ship, or just
yeah, just in
your
a
mind's
just.
the limit.
I like being in just like a dark tube.
Yeah.
Just
Maybe you're frozen like Han Solo or something.
that would be cool. I just recently watched Interstellar.
Oh yeah, I saw
God.
that a little while. That was a good movie. Yeah.
I know. I was like, how did I just see this?
I should go rewatch it. Was it about like being in the fifth dimension and
Oh,
he's
yeah.
like 90 years older than?
Yeah,
I won't ruin it for anybody.
it was fucking cool.
Yeah.
It was very cool. Well, fucking Ted. I think let's see what we're at here. Thanks again, Jay Wall, for letting us do this. We just passed an hour. Thanks for coming on, man. We'll get the matches next time.
Yeah. No, we'll get working next time.
Can I try one?
Sure.
I want to try it. Oh, let me see if that. I'm gonna
That
check
would
the
be
camera.
amazing if you did
It's
this.
not gonna happen. but
I
I'll
would
try.
shit bricks.
Let me see if this is still going.
So you gonna try it with your foot or your?
Foot might. I don't know. Let me try with my hand. Wait, hands harder or
I can only do it off my foot. Now you have
Oh.
to have a thick layer of callus in order to do it.
off of my foot?
Yes. You might be able to do it off your hands.
I don't think I can. Ow, that hurt.
Sorry.
All right, let me try my foot. No, you're good. All right, we're gonna try it. My stinking ass foot.
Maybe. That's what happens to me. That happened to like the 5 matches.
Did that
I
almost
tried.
do it? No. No.
Yep. And I'm waiting for my hands to get that way, to where I can be able to do it.
I saw one where you were doing on your damn knuckle.
Well, yeah, but I wasn't able to quite light it yet.
What if you did it right now?
That would be amazing. But yeah. Yeah, see it breaks off. I'll be able to do it eventually though.
Well, when you're able, you should come back and fucking do it on the cast.
Okay.
Well, that was fun. I wished I wanted one to light up. I almost kind of wanted to. Can we just light this?
Yeah, absolutely. At least you get to see fire, you know? That's
Yeah.
the oldest form of entertainment there is, really.
Yeah, check this out. If you thought you knew what entertainment was, think again. You want to blow it out together?
Teamwork.
Happy Pride. Well, Ted, thanks. Can you tell everybody where to go follow you? Actually,
Yes, you can go follow me at Guy Punching Rocks on TikTok.
Guy Punching Rocks on TikTok. And is that the main place? Do you have?
Yeah, I don't have a YouTube or Instagram. I think I had older accounts, but I don't really manage them anymore because, I mean, TikTok takes a lot of my time up, so.
I bet. Yeah. Well, yeah. Give everybody give Ted and thank you again for sharing it. And I think hopefully we'll get some. I'll send some stuff over too, some clips maybe. We can see what we get from today.
Yeah.
But but yeah, man, thank you again. This has been fun and like entertaining. And yeah, I think what you're saying about like fuck what everybody thinks or whatever. Just do the thing.
That's
Yeah.
That's the message of a lot of my shit, man. The reason that I broke that stuff into gravel was because you can do anything you want to. And exactly. Fuck everybody else. Fuck all of them. You know? And if I did that, you can do that shit too. You can do whatever you want. So don't let anyone stop you. The limitations are right here every time. So.
And if they don't believe after that, beat them with that bag of gravel. Kill them with that gravel.
Why aren't you getting it?
Kill them with the gravel. Well, cool, man. Thanks again. It was fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fuck yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, damn, ow. You gonna do it harder?
Sure.
All right.
Or you just punch it as hard as you want.
I can?
Yeah.
All right. Damn, his hands are really hard. I think I just broke my fingers. All right, now you do me, but don't kill me. Compared to other people's fists, are mine strong? Ow. Fuck, that hurts. Did you say
About average.
average? Well, at least one part of me's average. Hey. All right, man. Thank you. One more time.